Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Pyre. Last time we completed the first rite with Hedwyn, Dahlia, and Ruki. And this time we're going to figure out where we're gonna go next for the next rite, if there's ever going to be one, that is. Well, my friends, what can I say? Rites are real, and we're in. The Getting Out of Here Club. Next up on the agenda, keep chasing stars until we're free. Until we're free. Until we're free. Here. Sounds fine. Might as well be us instead of Lendl back there. Anyway, guess we better start packing. As the others go back to their business, Hedwyn turns to you. Reader, come walk with me while the stars are still out. You and Hedwyn walk in silence for a time before he speaks up. Oh, whoops. You have questions. Come, ask away. We need you in on this for the long haul. So once is there anything that's troubling you? Why he was exiled? Anyone has their reasons at this point. You would like to know his. The Black Wagon and his contents belong to a group called the Nightwings. What happened? You and your fellow exiles, you led your fellow exiles to the right, yet you have not yet asked. They have not asked you to participate firsthand. Why? You are beginning to get the impression that your participation is not optional. Ask what happens if you refuse to help. Ask why you cannot conduct the rite yourself and how you got this wagon. Let's ask how you got the wagon, since I'm pretty curious about the Nightwings. You ask Hedwyn how he and his companions come into possession of this black wagon and what happened to its former owners. He maintains eye contact and his smile. Good question, my friend. We're going to have a lot of time to discuss that, and many other things. Make your deal. Meet the stars for us again, and I'll tell you about it on the way. You sense he speaks truly as he beckons towards the fading dark above. You gaze at the stars. Now, as I've said, I've already played through this section once, and regardless of what you choose, he still says, "Yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna tell you later." So it's kind of suspicious. Good. Verdun, we already read. Verdun. Torband, star of the Great Oarsman. Those born under it are cool, calm, and collected. We've got Pyre, star of the Wooded Watcher. Those born under it are mysterious and the alluring. We've got Cassius, star of the Seventh Jester. Those born under it tend to be rather complicated. Sacrifall, the Olden Star, star of the Whistling Prince. Those born under it possess a natural exuberance. So I guess we're gonna learn the astral sign, and we're gonna look into these stars, and then we're gonna be like, oh, that's I guess we're gonna learn something more about our friends through this. Ymir, the Dusk Star. The Dusk Star burns brighter over an ancient spring in Ymir Valley. Let's go to Ymir Valley. It's a long way north and west. We'll see if this old wagon's fit for it. He then turns to the others. How's it going, Ruki? Aim's fed, wheels clean. Status, Jody? No sign of howlers. Everything's secure. Good. Then let's get some rest. We're heading for the Spring of Ymir. At dawn, we're off. Spring of Ymir. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The Alpha Chief hoped to bathing here would cure his ailments, but it only made him itch. At dawn, we're off. Yes. Well, there's more here. Black one. Oh, Dahlia wants to chat. You sense Dahlia's steel gaze well before you turn to her. Reader, rummaging about the wagon once again. Tell me something now that you're here. Look at me. Are you afraid of me? Consider the question. You've never before seen someone like her. But do know something of those who reigned the downside for many years. Dahlia wished to know if you fear her. She can be a bit intense. I'm very much aware that she could snap you like a twig at any point. I'm feeling that way. From what you know of her thus far, you'd sense no need to feel afraid of her. Say nothing. Whatever she may be getting at, you think it best to indulge her at this point. I went with deny feeling that way that last time because I was going to be like, oh, she's so cute and whatever, because I don't know, she's a beastly character. I don't know if there's roots in this game, but what I got from deny feeling that way was +1 hope, which was the stat that got back from battle a bit more quickly. So maybe this gives another stat boost, but it doesn't seem that like. Let's go with you. I'm gonna try. You're very much aware that she could snap you like a twig at any point, but that is because, yeah, she's like intimidating. Tell her in a careful way that you've done your best thus far not to cross paths with her and wish to stay in her good graces. Indeed, it is comforting to know that my mere presence instills fear. One day, perhaps you shall grow some horns if you shall survive this place. That day shall put the fear you feel in some perspective. Now I shall go make my rounds. She walks away. You feel the floor of the wagon shake with her step. No! Oh! Oh! Well, I thought that the other one was the bad choice, and no. I guess I'll have to do another playthrough another time to get the good ending or whatever for her. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Well, let's just continue our journey to Yoma Valley. Rico knows this mountain pass through an arid region further north. Let's go to Yoma Valley then. I love the animation. It's great. Oh, I'm kind of discouraged by that. Oh no! I made a mistake! I made a mistake. I should have just gone with my heart. I told her that she's not intimidating at all. Because she's lovely. And great. The climate here in Yoma Valley is hot and uncomfortable. On top of that, Yoma Valley. Exiled curs roam this sand-swept fossil wasteland. Among the 8 scribes, the Alpha Chief Yomer Manymane took a special liking to this region. On top of that, we have a stowaway. Home? We can go home? Oh, it's the best character! I looked at the trailer and I saw her face and I was like instantly, oh my god, I'm going to like this one. I like her voice and everything already, so let's go talk about girl. She must have latched onto the undercarriage as you crossed the ridge. Her manner is odd, though you sense she means no harm. Also, a little thing like that I thought would be like indicative. I guess, yeah. No, never mind. You must have overheard some of your fellow exiles. She must have overheard some of your fellow exiles' conversations. You need to say but the word. You need but say the word. Oh no, they're gonna execute her. Hedwyn. Oh come on, you can't be serious, Jody. She's just some kid who managed to climb aboard our wagon undetected, but still. Do it, Jody. Oh no, they're gonna execute her now. Jadala approaches the girl and looms over her. Listen to me, girl. Can I guarantee you that we can get you home, or any of us? But at present, we have room for you and adequate provisions. You may accompany us for the time. Dahlia leaves without awaiting a response, presumably to make room in the wagon for a new guest. The stowaways are overjoyed at this. Really? You're so kind. You're most kind. To someone you just met, like me. May the 8 scribes smile upon you all. 8 scribes. Some revere them as gods, believing they bound themselves to exile so that others could live free. Centuries of oral tradition have shaped the history of the scribes into myth and legend. She clasps her hand together and bursts into laughter, performing some sort of dance. Rookie stares at all of this and leans in close to Hedwyn. Hey, so what gives? That's Rita, and now we're taking her along. What? We're gonna take every might-bitten Drive Imp, we find now too. Easy, rookie. I think he'd want for us to bring this one along. Who, Sandalwood? I thought you said he asked for someone to fit in every type of mask. Near, as I can tell, yours would fit her just fine. Sandalwood. The parent name was some mysterious informant of Headwind to Dahlia and Rookie. He asked that we use our best judgment. Besides we sent her away, she will go tell anyone she finds about us. Can't risk that right now. So, can I come in? It's very hot, and I'm a little thirsty and a little tired too. Yes, you're welcome here with us. One question though. What do we call you? Well, this is embarrassing, I think, but I don't know for sure. It's just back home they called me lots of names, like for the color of my hair. They make fun of you just because you get grey hair? Yeah, that's it. My name, it rhymes with grey. My name, they called me lots of names. Since the girl is struggling to recollect a certain name, she felt best suited her. You think you can help with a stalwart girl with her name? Since her name is May, could be May, could be a K, could be a Faye. For that you have definitely could be a Faye, you have no doubt of that. I suppose it could be Day. Could be Say, however uncommon it may be. She could probably be a Shay. She could be a Ray, perhaps, as well. There are more options for the stalwart girl. She could be Lay, she could be Che, she could be Nay, she could be Tay, she could be Say, for sure. Gay the Grey, perhaps that was how her tormentors made light of her. Oh god. Oh, and you sense her name could be Bay. I'm sorry, this one's just so funny to choose. I'm going to choose Bay here, just because I also like her too. This one cannot be right. Can it? Yes, it can. She suggested the stowaway girl's name is Bay. Why, that's it! My name is Bay! My name is Bay! Bay. She is a young, vagabond girl with an odd manner and an unshakable sense of curiosity. Where I'm from, they call me Bay the Bloodless, but I guess maybe you don't have to say that part because I really don't like it. Bloodless because she has no... she's like grey and she's like... it's pale. Your fellow exiles decide to bring Bay along. For now, she almost collapses from exhaustion, so you take her in and show her somewhere she can rest. Bay joined the group. She's tired but excited. Welcome aboard. Alright, let's continue to explore the valley. Wagon arrives in a somewhat peaceful stretch of Yuma Valley. Your companions wish to hole up here for the night to give Bay and all of you a little time to rest. Consider your options. Oh, there's a little bit of Black Wagon stuff. Oh, hello, Bay. Wait, those are just the drive imps, and that's a candle, and that's Edward's things. Stare at each other, staring into the distance, and sniffing the air. An attic ladder is the only way for the drive imps up to the drive-in centrifuge. Only imps can fit up there, so if we find something that's as big as an imp, we can get up there. It's a lone minstrel. Figures it's very still at the corner of the wagon here. It's unresponsive, but it seems to be alive. Wait, where? Oh, it's this guy! Oh, I didn't even realize him! Oh my god! Well, he slips into the surroundings quite clearly. Anyways, let's talk to Bay. Bay seems to be recovering well since you found her. She seems fascinated by everything and everyone in the wagon. Oh, hello, hi mister. You're the one who knew my name. You guessed it right. You did. Thank you for your hospitality. I've just been eating with the imps and talking to the wagon. This wagon, he and I are the same age, almost to the very day. But I'm older, by 3 weeks, so I'm giving him a hard time. Little brother, I call him. He's a good wagon, isn't he? He'll take us very, very far. the thing I was trying to say before was like, I heard a little bit of James Sterling's review of this, or his video on Pyre, and he called, he had called Bae Shay, or the grey girl, Shay. I called her Bae, but yeah, he called her like, or he compared her to Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter, and I think that's very appropriate since she's like very quirky and weird. I like it. My little brother, sure, he pulls at my hair at times, and I don't like it very much, but he's family. I'm happy to be here with my family. I thought I had lost them all again. I thought I had lost them all. Oh, but we've stopped now, haven't we? Then I should go outside to dance, in case the scribes are watching. Bye, mister. Smiling back at you, she prances out the door. Exit. Consider our options. Your fellow exiles are taking a moment to unwind, to dial emotions for you to join them. Best get used to a new life here, reader. We seldom get such moments of reprieve. Perhaps some further study of that book of yours shall pass the time. You can join me for a little stroll if you're feeling up to it. Always something to be foraged around here. Or you can teach us more of what you know. Prepare us for the next ride. In any case, we do what we can to stay busy. Keep the sense of isolation well at bay. Now, certain junctures you may choose from several vocations. Vocations in which you can make yourself useful during occasional moments of free time. Use whatever time you have. Now, last time I used study in private. Well, I should explain this. Forage for resources. Search the surrounding area for valuables to add to your back wagon's stash of goods. Study in private. Hone your skills as a reader to gain a small global bonus to your fellow exiles during the rites. And mentor a companion. Teach your fellow exiles of the old ways to raise their individual rank in the rites more quickly. I chose to study in private. I'm going to do this as well this time, because I get the feeling that someone needs our help because we got -1 hope on ourselves because I messed up. You find a relatively quiet clearing to study the Book of Rites with undivided attention. Through the great understanding comes the reader's influence. Reader's influence attribute bonuses you bestow on all your fellow exiles who participate in the rites. The triumvirate, whose reader is well attuned to the book, has an inherent edge against its adversaries. Book of Rites, we already know about that. It's the ancient manuscript revealing a mystic path to freedom from the downside. For centuries, the teachings of the 8 scribes have been passed down through oral tradition alone. Focus on which aspect of the Book of Rites? We're gonna go with +1 hope. Its teaching and its wisdom. Each point of hope, because Dahlia has -1 hope. It's offers and the prowess, personal quickness, innate mystic power, presence, which hope is how fast you respawn, quickness is how fast you move, presence is the size of your area, and glory we cannot choose yet because that's the damage you do to the Pyre. I see. So we're gonna go with teaching and the wisdom. You concentrate on the substance of the words and the teachings of the rites, such as you understand them thus far. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Gains reader's influence, spirit. Each rank raises your fellow exiles' hope, making them return from banishment more quickly. Finish studying. Maybe in the future I'm just gonna try to buff my sorry about that. My readers. Well, not my readers, but my either Headwind or Rookie, since that should be able to give us access to rank 2. Whatever the case, we're gonna level up from the next trial if there's any. The path leading further west splits off, and once again your fellow scribes turn the choice of where to go over to you. Bay seems enthusiastic for whichever the route you choose. And we have Glue Hive. The north route across Yuma Valley passes the remains of the Hive Titan. Bay believes those who travel this path shall be as strong as goal of the 8 scribes. South path, Fall Flat. The south route across Yuma Valley is riddled with barren rock and bone. Bay believes those who travel this path shall be as swift as Yuma of the 8 scribes. Where we have Celestial Landmark. Okay, so scribes will take place here at least at 7 times. One of the Celestial's landmarks, Alpha Chief, hoped bathing here would cure his ailments, but it only made him itch. I'm gonna go with quickness, because we need to go a little bit faster. I think that would be most beneficial to my style of play. Bay is behaving stranger than usual as you traverse the dusty wastes of Fall Flat. This is the path that you and many maiden ran across so many times. Can you not feel his presence? Him and his friends here in the sand and in the air and all about? Yoma Manymane, sixth of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as Brave or the Alpha Chief, an Alpha Chief that united the Curs under a single banner and chartered half the known world. At first you paid little heed, though later you observe your fellow exiles seems to have more lightness in their step. Perhaps it was the previous day's rest that did everyone good. You might as gain +1 quickness. Alright. Now we're reaching the second right. And I think we're going to... No, let's actually just look at this. En route to the Spring of Yuma, you hear all about the rowing slot market, which appears to be nearby. Rookie insists you take a look after you settle in. Slot market, crude trading post found on the downside. Commonwealth contraband sometimes finds its way to the downside, where it's traded and sold. Right. Spring of Yuma. According to the stars, the next right will be here. Yeah, it only made an image. Exactly. So I think we're going to both read the next page of the Book of Rites and visit the stock market in the next episode.